Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to look at DOT. We're going to look at Polkadot on the weekly chart. Mainly, that's the bigger picture. That's what we like to focus on. The big picture. The day-to-day, The week-to-week, better. The month-to-month, the big picture, right? We're looking at big picture. We got a year span right here. We're looking back at the past year. To become a better trader, the bigger picture you have, the better you can tend to do. Why? Because it's less risky. If you're looking at big trends versus small trends, you're going to do better in the long run. Plain and simple. So let's get started on DOT on the weekly. If you liked the video today, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, and Patreon if you'd like to learn a little bit more. So DOT on the weekly. What do we got? Well, is this a nice formation? Yes, it is. Why? Well, look at our all-time highs. This is kind of very similar to this bull formation that you can get on a lot of coins. And once you break kind of the lid, it's called the lid line up here. Once you break that, you're often going to have a kind of explosive move. And what's healthy is after your explosive move, you come back and test kind of this and kind of respring, recoil, and then you can make a more massive move. If you want a better example of this, what it's already played out, go look at one on the weekly chart or even the daily chart. Very similar patterns. It had a nice kind of came up to the lid, exploded out, came back and tested, and now we're ready for the coil zone. Very nice. I covered that video yesterday. Go watch that. Okay. So, but DOT is shaping up to be something very similar. Now, what are these lines? The 21 week, excuse me, we're on weekly chart, 21 week EMA in the yellow, and the 8 week SMA is simple moving average, in the blue. Now look back in history here, but back when DOT made its initial explosive move up, notice that it maintained above the 8-week SMA for a considerable amount of time until it closed below it. That was kind of our warning sign. Very similar to Bitcoin and several different coins. You can use this 8-week SMA to kind of gauge how strong the market is. And then once you break that, usually you're going to visit this 21 week, which is the kind of the dividing line between the bull market and the bear market. When you come, maybe I shouldn't say bull and bear market. I should say bull and bearish price movement. How about that? So temporary, when we broke that, right? Bearish for a while. Now we're breaking them back above it. Now we're getting bullish and we're holding it as nice support. Look at that. All these wicks, but no candles closing below that. Very nice. So this is what we want to see. We're getting bullish. All we need to do is have a weekly close above our highest closing candle, which is 44.30. And once we close above that for DOT, I think we're going to see more of an explosive move. Certainly if Bitcoin calms down a little bit after it makes its move, maybe altcoins should get moving in a big way. I do expect that, but not until Bitcoin can shorten the reins a little bit. Or I guess lengthen the reins would be more anti-suspect. I don't know where I'm going with that. You want to let Bitcoin calm down first, and then alts can start booming. But this is certainly a bullish setup pattern that I like for DOT. Let's go look at DOT on the Gaussian channel. So again, this is that top line, just around $45 this is on the 5-day now. So each candle is 5-day. This is the Gaussian channel. If you're unfamiliar with that, buying at the bottom of a Gaussian channel tends to work out very well for you in the not so distant future. DOT is probably the best example of that you've found, because we wicked right to the exact bottom, like to almost within the penny of that move. And if you would have bought here at the bottom of the Gaussian channel, you're already up substantially, aren't you? So what else do we like? Well, we're closing above the Gaussian channel, which you want to do. The more bullish you are, the further away you should be from the Gaussian. Look back here. When DOT, DOT's a little bit of a younger coin, so this is the first kind of interaction with the Gaussian, but it did quite well, right? It passed its first test with flying colors. Just brief in, brief out, and get on back to bullishness. So this is where I would like to see support, this kind of yellow box here. Why do I have a box instead of a line? Well, our all-time high, or not all-time high, our local top right here, this closed at 35.80, just shy of 36. And also the bottom of that box will be the kind of the top of this Gaussian channel. So I would look for nice support between, say, 34 to 36 area if we come back down. This is only if we come back down. If we break up, you can see we've tried to break out of this top before, but so far, first time usually tends to be more of a rejection the first time after, you know, consolidating for a while. Look at this area. Look at all this volatility back in here. So next time, hey, we could break right through it, and that's what I would look for. And once you do break it, it's not enough to break it one time, right, or have a wick above it, right? We've been above it higher than that, but we need to close above it one and then hold it as support for two. So if we do that on a multiple candle basis, in this case 5 days, so it could take some time, right? But once you do that, you're building your next foundation for the next tier up or explosive move up. So that is DOT in a nutshell on the pullback areas. I would look for strong support around the 35, 36 zone. And this Gaussian channel will slowly creep up to this top line. So we might, in fact, be able to draw this as a line if you look out the next, you know, handful of days or weeks going into November. This will probably be around, you know, 35, 36 for that top line. So in the event of a pullback, I would look for strong support right there because you have your local top and also your top of your Gaussian 5-day Gaussian channel. We just need a nice solid breakout above 45, and I think we're off to the races. I think DOT will do quite well during this run up. I'm expecting at least $100. I mean, that is like paltry. I would say DOT has a chance of 150, possibly getting to 200 even if we get, you know, really substantial moves. So that is my take on that. Let's go look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and where are we? Greed. We're still in greed. So we've been in extreme greed for a little bit. Now we're back to greed. However, we're still in our structure zone. Our structure is, you know, between, you know, under 80 and above 70. So we have 10 to play with here. The odds are if we break one of those, we're continuing that direction for price for the foreseeable next coming days. So if you wake up and we're, you know, in the 60s, we're probably going to have a little bit of a pullback. You know, it could last a day, it could last a week, whatever. But I do think we're, you know, getting ready to kick off our next move up over the general crypto market. So a pullback would be likely not that severe at all, and just kind of, you know, shaking a little bit of the weaker hands out, and then more blast off zone. But look for that in the 60s. If we break above 80, hey, we could be making a substantial move before even our pullback. Our pullback could be higher than our prices are today. So be ready for that. So let's get to the car of the day. The Ferrari 550 Barchetta from the year 2000. I so happen to have a yellow one because yellow is my favorite supercar color and I like yellow. So the year 2000, that is a pretty impressive car. Think about where you're driving in the year 2000. You saw that drive by? Pretty impressive. Still today. I'd take one today. All right, let's see quote of the day by Mr. Zig Ziglar. How you see your future is much more important than is what had happened in the past. So see your future self doing well, and you'll get there. Nice pull. Don't worry about what's happened in your past. Everyone that has been successful has had a rough past. All right, it's obviously some more rough than others, but you can't think about your past, or you can't base your future self on your past results, or that you're gonna just destroy yourself. You got to see yourself as your ideal person, your ideal life, and that is what you focus on, not the past. Hopefully that helps somebody. That is Polkadot in a nutshell. Your quote of the day, your car of the day, your updates. Hopefully you helped you. So we're trying to keep our videos between 5 and 10 minutes, do a couple shorter ones, several videos coming this week, you know, a lot more videos, and try to do several a day, if not, you know, 3 or 4. So hopefully you like these. Let me know what else you want to see. I got a whole list that I put on that I took suggestions on Twitter last weekend. I've got about 20, so I have to get through at least. So look for those. If you requested that, I'm probably going to be making your video. Maybe we'll do that every week if this works out well. So far, so good. Yesterday was our first day. I think we made 4 yesterday. We'll try to do that same thing again today at least. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much. Thumbs up.